Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another installment of Meet the Musicians of the ISO. My name is Mark Thielen, the music director, and this evening, man, this guy, I love this guy. I met him, I guess, 3 years ago when we went fully professional, and his name is Alvaro Pereiro, and he's our associate concertmaster, and he's just a joy to be around all the time. Like you see the face right now, I see, that's all he does. That's all he does. We love him for that. He's just great. Alvaro, how you doing, man?
Thanks a lot. I'm doing amazing. Thanks for asking, and thanks so much for having me here. And how's it going with you?
Well, not too bad. I mean, sitting at home a lot, of course, like everybody is. How you dealing with the virus?
Believe it or not, there are a lot of things that I'm actually embracing about it. Let me tell you. I mean, of course, a lot of the performances and wedding gigs and concerts, stuff like that, have been canceled, probably close to 30. But thankfully, I'm still working remotely with the school I'm at. I'm like coordinating lessons and, helping out our parents and our students if they have any questions with their remote lessons and stuff like that. So things are absolutely great. I'm kind of a no homebody, so I like staying home too. I love traveling. So.
And what school is that? What school is that?
We're a private school. We're actually located in Lakeland, so right by Publix in Southgate. So it's called Lakeland School of Music. So yeah,
okay,
we're
all right. Yes, I've seen that actually. It's right by Peking House, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right by Peking House. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. How many times a week do you go there, or did go there?
Well, I'm actually there Monday through Friday, and
Right.
before I took a little break from lessons, I was teaching like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And right now I'm like, strictly doing, coordination, admin, and, float of everything. So of course, eventually I'll go teaching, but for right now, take a little bit of a sanity break. You understand?
They're using other talents of yours, and so to help them out. So that's good. So when you're teaching, how many students do you have?
Well, at some point in time, I had like 20 students. Then I kind of cut back a little bit, and I had about like 10. And curiously enough, they were all female teachers, and not teachers, but students, all from different levels, and definitely a joy to work with.
Good.
It's really amazing. I mean, it's definitely not about the numbers. It's about, what they have to offer, their personalities, and what they want to do with their music and how they want to enjoy it. It's teaching is a great art, and it's something,
Sure.
really amazing. Just taking a little break from it for now, but eventually, thinking of coming back. But are you actually teaching students now?
I only, I had like
Uh-huh.
9 at Harrison, and of course I've offered, and they haven't. So I teach 1 right now, so I really not doing anything. So I watch Tracy every day work from home for her school, and once in a while I do.
Yeah, and what's really beautiful, I'm not sure if you've seen it around, but there are blogs and groups of teachers coming together and giving each other advice about like how to use Zoom and how to, if there are any kind of glitches, they help you out with that. And, there's such a great sense of community.
Absolutely. And when you say sense of community, you're talking
camaraderie and coming together.
Right. And when you say sense of community, it's a national network that teachers are using. I have orchestra directors around the country or have their own network, and now with all this, there's so many great ideas that teachers come up with that you go, wow, I'm going to try that, or I tried that, it didn't work. So I've always said that great teachers are great learners as well, and great thieves of other ideas. So they don't mind stealing other people's ideas, and that's a good thing. So tell me a little bit. How long have you been playing the violin?
I started playing violin when I was 9, and it was a crazy reason. Before that, it was just kind of, dabbling with the piano, playing melodies at church from ear, but, nothing major. But there was a concert on TV, and it's almost as if they did it on purpose. But they started filming all of the different instruments. And then I swear, I think it was like Isaac Perlman that at some point came. He had, and thinking back, I think he was, because he was, using crutches to come in, and then he sat down to play. And man, when he put his bow on his instrument, my mom remembers this very well. She says that I pointed out my this finger right here at the TV, and I said, "This is what I want to play." And it's been and continues to be a journey ever since then.
Absolutely.
Lots of ups and downs, and lots of, there was one point in time in which I was just working some string crossings, and it was just not coming along. And of course, a lot of times we're human, and we don't think about the process of learning something. Of course, it's lifelong. And frustration of like, I just threw my bow in the bed and just kind of said like, okay, I'm taking a little breather, and then I came back to it.
You speak about Itzhak Perlman. I did get a chance to hear him years ago. I think that was in Clearwater. But for Christmas, my wife Tracy, she got us tickets to hear him in Sarasota, and of course,
get out of town.
Canceled. So
not only he's a phenomenal performer, but such an amazing pedagogue. He is just so tender, so respectful, and so kind. And the master classes he gives, of course, just hats off. Amazing.
And such a wonderful gentleman. And he can work at all levels. It doesn't matter with him, And he's very jovial. He's very funny, and so he's had a illustrious career, to say the least. So where'd you get your training from?
So I started with privately in Argentina with different teachers, would stay, so as I was growing, over 3 or 4 years, then I would actually switch teachers. But it wasn't until my first teacher at the University of North Texas that I moved to the US, when I was 22. And then, so I basically got my training at Lakeland University of North Texas. Then I transferred to Louisiana State University. And then I finished my undergrad there and my master's. So both Ms.
You must be proud of LSU. Are you proud of LSU for this year winning the championship?
Big time. I can't say it enough. And they had an absolutely perfect season, and absolutely, nothing against Alabama fans, but it was like a strike of 8 years, and this November has been incredibly emotional.
I was really happy for the coach, because everybody doubted Ed Orgeron. Oh, why'd they get this guy? Well, he's a Louisiana guy through and through, and I just love him. He's a very down-to-earth man, down-to-earth coach, and you can tell he loves what he does, and he loves the kids, and the team loves him for sure.
Such passion. And let me tell you something fun. My years at LSU, a little bit of UNT as well, but the Tiger Band would actually rehearse at least 3 times a week. And, because I was so blessed to always live, close to campus, you would actually hear them rehearsing. So, oh my God, I mean, your chest would just inflate. They have a strong band program there too.
So I know you're one of our people who I'd never met before until we started the orchestra as a fully professional group. So how long have you been in Lakeland?
This is going to be my 4th year. Actually, and it's my 4th year anniversary in Lakeland. So so here's the story. My sister and my brother-in-law moved for work here first. Their toss-up was between Winter Haven and Lakeland, but once they saw, actually we rehearsed right there, so they saw it like Hollingsworth, and it was a no-brainer. They're like, we're staying in Lakeland. Right. And at the time, I spent some time in New York State, but things didn't go quite as expected or weren't as expected. So then my sister, with her eyes and her arms really, really open and inviting, said, hey, you can come visit us anytime. And I said, okay, well, why not? So what started out as a visit then ended up being like, wow, I love it here. So, and then didn't look back. So,
great. Well,
yeah.
I can certainly say for me, and I hope the rest of the orchestra, we are thrilled that you're a part of the Imperial Symphony, and you add so much to the, not only musically, but just with your attitude and your personality. We just love it. And so again, Alvaro, thank you so much. I'm glad you're doing well. And ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
we're gonna hear Alvaro after this interview is over. We're gonna add a clip right after it of his playing example, of him playing for us. And what are you going to be playing?
So to be honest, it was something hard to pick. It's like, okay, so what is it we're going to play? But I decided for Paganini's Cantabile, and believe it or not, it's actually not fast, but it's such a beautiful piece. I love it so much. So hope you all enjoy it, and thank you so much for listening in advance for that. So,
right.
So Mark, thanks so much for having me. And I'm gonna say something from the bottom of my heart, before we all wrap up. But I mean, I've been very blessed to be in performing with different groups, in orchestras. I mean, it's a professional, but ISO is truly and definitely, the best in many, many, many senses. The first one being that, we're all a musical family. The energy in rehearsals, it's just, so amazing. It's such a pleasure, and I can't say it enough. So for that, the gratitude is all mine. So,
well, we
really
appreciate that, and we've actually talked about that with some other people, that we are a family, and I've always said it doesn't matter the level of player, whether I'm working with middle school orchestras or the ISO. We want to have a good time. That's all we want to do. We want to play our.
That's what music is all about, right? It's about communicating with each other and performing and just like telling a story, to each other.
As you know, I love to have a good time on the podium as well, and kind of kid everybody. Especially you're a good one to kids, so I like that. Yeah, I know you love it. I love it too.
I remember once you said, okay, let's take it from measure 47. We're playing Sleeping Beauty. So Sleeping Beauty, and I'm not talking about you, Alvaro. I just lost it.
That's
I'm
right.
like, I don't know to see you play here. Thanks so much, Mark.
Alvaro, we're looking forward to your performance. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, and have a safe whatever 2 months. And I can't wait to see you in person, my friend.
I can't wait to see you as well, and every single one of folks in the orchestra. God bless.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.